Exclusive. Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice face major £30 million inheritance blow after Charles' decision following reports that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor may be forced out of Royal Lodge by Easter. A property expert has revealed what the move could mean for Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice. Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice will no longer be able to inherit the £30 million estate their father, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, had a lease on, it has been claimed. After the ex-prince was formally notified to leave the Royal Lodge he's lived in for 2 decades, a property expert has shared what this means for both him and his daughters. The Duke had maintained a 75-year lease on the 30-room Royal Lodge since 2003, having signed a long-term arrangement with the Crown Estate. The 65-year-old was understood to have substantial occupancy rights, and many believed he hoped to eventually pass the property to his daughters. However, following renewed controversy over his connections to Jeffrey Epstein in October, King Charles began proceedings to remove the Duke's remaining royal titles and issued notice for him to vacate the Royal Lodge, where he resided with his former wife, Sarah Ferguson. As the father of 2 prepares to relocate to alternative accommodation, property expert Elliot Castle, of We Buy Any Home, stated that any possibility of inheritance has now been ruled out entirely. This would only have been possible while the lease remained in place, he explained. Once that lease is surrendered or terminated, there is nothing to pass on. From a property standpoint, that closes the door entirely. Royal Lodge would revert fully to the Crown Estate, with no residual claim for Andrew or his daughters. The decision to evict Andrew from Royal Lodge followed ongoing scrutiny over his past association with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. He has consistently and vehemently denied any wrongdoing and has previously expressed regret over their friendship. Highlighting the financial implications of the change, Elliot stated, "The key point here is that Royal Lodge is not just a home, it's a valuable long-term leasehold asset." Initiating a formal process to remove Andrew earlier than expected effectively strips away the remaining financial and practical value of that lease. Reports suggesting a loss of around £500,000 reflect not just moving costs, but the loss of a heavily invested, long-term residential interest that would otherwise have remained in place for decades. The move is also anticipated to come at a cost due to a downgrade in his housing security. Royal Lodge offered security, status, and a long lease that justified significant personal investment, he added. Losing that arrangement early inevitably results in sunk costs that can't be recovered. From a property expert's point of view, it's the difference between owning a long lease on a premium home and occupying accommodation at the discretion of someone else. As for his daughters, Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank, along with their 2 children, currently reside in Ivy Cottage within the grounds of Kensington Palace in London, and they also have a home in Portugal. Princess Beatrice and her husband, Eduardo Mappelli Mazzi, who are also parents to 2 children, presently live in the Cotswolds. Exclusive. Princess Charlotte's major change during Sandringham Christmas outing with the young children of the Prince and Princess of Wales out in force on Christmas Day to greet royal fans at Sandringham. Former BBC royal correspondent was particularly struck by one huge difference with Princess Charlotte on Christmas Day. Hundreds of royal fans flocked to Sandringham to catch a glimpse of the royal family as they made their way to St. Mary Magdalene Church for the annual festive service. The family stopped and chatted to well-wishers who had camped out for hours, wishing dedicated fans a very happy festive season. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis joined their parents on the walk, with the young royals seeming more confident than ever in their rare appearance. While the siblings have joined the Prince and Princess of Wales royal outings over the years, they rarely interact with members of the public. George, Charlotte and Louis all spoke with excited royal fans, accepting gifts and shaking hands with those lining up to catch a glimpse of the royal family. And according to former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond, the newfound confidence of the young royals all comes down to their parents. Jenny told the Mirror, "The children are an absolute delight to see at occasions like this. I think William and Catherine have done a wonderful job in acclimatizing all 3 children to public life." While all three royal siblings seemed excited and jovial to speak with members of the public, Jenny noticed a major change in 10-year-old Princess Charlotte, saying, "I was struck, in particular, by how confident young Charlotte seemed on Christmas Day. She was launching into the crowd by herself, no longer with her mother's guiding hand on her shoulder, chatting with the well-wishers who'd gathered, bending down to shake hands with wheelchair users, and even giving one or two members of the crowd a big hug." Jenny said that Charlotte's brothers George and Louis also seemed more confident than ever as they made their way through the crowd, with young Louis's signature cheeky nature being proudly on display. She said, "George, meanwhile, seemed full of the joys of Christmas and was happy to pose for photos by himself. Louis, meanwhile, was showing his dad who was boss by refusing to don a woolly hat which a member of the public had handed to William. It was a charming family scene, and The Waleses took longer than any of the others to work their way along the crowds." With George, Charlotte and Louis making more and more public appearances over the last year, Jenny believes that while the children are still young, they are no doubt being coached behind the scenes by their parents, Prince William and Princess Kate. However, despite recent appearances and given the children's young ages, the royal expert said that royal watchers shouldn't get too used to seeing George, Charlotte and Louis too often. "I think the Prince and Princess of Wales are doing a sterling job in giving the press and public just enough access to the children to satisfy curiosity," Jenny said. "But I'm sure that their main priority is their children's well-being and how comfortable they do or don't feel with attending public events, and I think that will continue to be their strategy. So'll no doubt see the whole family out and about on a few occasions in the coming year, but it's way too early for them to be on more frequent public display." Exclusive. Kate Middleton's fresh struggle as royal family's biggest hope after Andrew scandal as the Princess of Wales celebrates her 44th birthday at the start of 2026. It signals a much-needed new year and new start for the family following a scandal-filled 2025 with a grueling cancer battle, family fallout and the loss of her confidant Queen Elizabeth II. The Princess of Wales has faced more challenges in the last few years than many do in a lifetime. But royal fans everywhere will be hoping that 2026 heralds a fresh start for Kate, who announced 12 months ago that she was in remission after treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer. Now, as Kate marks her 44th birthday on the 9th of January 2026 and continues her steady return to public life, experts believe her itinerary focused firmly on the future. For anyone who has been through the devastation of a cancer diagnosis, another year of life is cause for celebration, royal expert Katie Nicholl tells OK. Kate is an incredibly positive and optimistic person, and the way she has navigated her illness has only added to everyone's admiration and respect for her. As she celebrates her birthday, she'll be looking to the future and hopefully leaving the difficult past couple of years behind her. The year ahead is certainly set to be a time of great change for Kate, William, 43, and their children, George, 12, Charlotte, 10 and Louis, 7. Not only will the family be busy settling into the rhythm of life in their new Windsor home, Forest Lodge, but George is preparing to step up to senior school in September. And royal experts believe that while she's committed to her professional duties, Kate will be determined to find a healthy balance between public and private life. Kate has always been incredibly hardworking and loyal to the crown, as she juggles a demanding public role with motherhood, says Katie. But her focus has always been on family, and I think that will continue to be the case. She's gone through her cancer battle very much in the public spotlight, and has been very hard. But I think her illness has given her a new perspective on life. The princess has been open about how life-changing cancer is, and last year she told patients at an Essex hospital that recovery is a bumpy road. "You put on a sort of brave face, stoicism through treatment, treatment's done, then it's like you can crack on, get back to normal," she said. But actually, the phase afterwards is really difficult. She added, "You have to find your new normal and that takes time. And it's a roller coaster." Nevertheless, while she is first and foremost a loving mother, there's little doubt Kate will also have an eye firmly fixed on safeguarding the future of the monarchy, especially given the uncertainty hovering over King Charles's health. He revealed that he had been diagnosed with cancer in February 2024, just weeks before Kate announced that she too was unwell. Catherine is hugely popular. She's the star of the royal family, author Hugo Vickers tells OK. The other royals, like Princess Anne, do a wonderful job, but with Prince Harry and Andrew off the scene, we have a very small royal family now. We really need Catherine. While the king has resumed his public-facing work, it is expected that William and Kate will gradually take on greater roles to support him. And this spring they'll gain an important new official power, when they become able to grant their first royal warrants of appointment. In what is a major honor for the pair, they'll be able to give the royal seal of approval to select goods, services and brands. Royal tours are also hugely important to the monarchy, because they help strengthen international ties, and it's been speculated that William and Kate may make an official trip to Australia this year. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said he is hopeful the pair might visit in the coming period, and it's been suggested the entire Wales family could travel over the summer. The couple's last official trip down under was a 3-week trip in 2014, when George was just a baby. Of course, royal tours are notoriously exhausting, and Kate will no doubt be mindful not to take on too much in the aftermath of her illness. It's obviously a priority that Catherine should look after her health, after all she has been through, says Hugo Vickers. This year, I also think she will focus on duties where she can really make a positive contribution, such as the work she does at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London. Both she and William are slightly veering away from more formal ribbon-cutting events, in favor of doing things that enable them to engage with people a bit more. Kate is passionate about her philanthropic work, and became patron of the Royal Marsden NHS Foundation Trust in January 2025. She received her own cancer treatment there and took her patronage announcement as an opportunity to reveal she was in remission. I wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to the Royal Marsden for looking after me so well during the past year, she wrote. My hope is that by supporting groundbreaking research and clinical excellence, as well as promoting patient and family well-being, we might save many more lives, and transform the experience of all those impacted by cancer. Kate has also said that she is relishing the chance to focus on the initiatives that mean the most to her, through her work with the Royal Foundation. February 2026 heralds a big moment for the foundation, as a new CEO steps into the key role for the first time. And both Kate and William have shared their delight at the arrival of Sarah Rose, saying, "We are looking forward to welcoming Sarah to the Royal Foundation and to working with her on some of the issues which are closest to our hearts." For Kate, one of these issues is childhood development, and this is something she champions through the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood under Shaping Us campaign, launched in January 2023 with an aim to make a huge difference to the health and happiness of generations to come. Dubbed her life's work, the campaign is dedicated to driving awareness and gathering research about the transformative impact of the first few years of a child's life, and Kate will no doubt remain hugely committed to the cause. Closer to home, the princess will of course be pouring TLC into her own family, especially after such a difficult couple of years. As William said last year in his interview with Eugene Levy, theirs is not a 9-to-5 job, says Katie Nicholl. The intrusion is part of the territory, but it isn't easy for them to navigate, and I think people sometimes forget they are human. We know how hands-on Kate and William are as parents, and the last couple of years have given her great clarity on making sure their children in a happy home come first and foremost, and allowing the work to follow on from that. Nearly 2 years after Kate's cancer diagnosis, it is hopefully starting to feel more like a thing of the past and something she has moved on from with great courage, bravery and success. There's a sense that this is a new, happier, chapter for the princess. Exclusive. Kate Middleton and Prince William's make-or-break moment ahead of major milestone 15 years on from their spectacular wedding and after going to hell and back. A royal expert explains how the Prince and Princess of Wales survived. It's hard to believe, but April 2026 marks 15 years since William and Kate walked down the aisle at London's Westminster Abbey. As the young newlyweds emerged onto the famous steps and the world waited with bated breath to see if they would kiss for the crowds, few could have predicted the highs and lows that lay ahead for the pair. Yet, despite weathering more than their fair share of storms, the royals seem even happier than ever. William and Kate look more united today than ever, royal expert Katie Nicholl tells OK. They are a proper partnership, and theirs is a marriage based on friendship, love and mutual respect. They've been to hell and back in the past year or two, but they look very, very strong together and they are clearly in love. While the couple have traditionally opted for relaxed anniversary celebrations over grand gestures, it's thought they do exchange gifts. For their 12th anniversary, it was reported that William gave his wife a diamond ring that had belonged to his mother, Diana, along with a replica of Kate's wedding bouquet. And Katie says she wouldn't be surprised if they do something special to mark 1.5 decades of marriage. In 2025, the pair spent their 14th anniversary on Scotland's Isle of Mull, where they posted a romantic image of them both standing arm in arm, looking out onto a peaceful island view. However, they have enjoyed more lavish breaks in the past, famously jetting off to the Seychelles for their 2011 honeymoon. Keen to avoid the glare of the paparazzi, they reportedly spent 10 days relaxing on secluded North Island, a private paradise only accessible by helicopter or boat. The archipelago is popular with A-listers including Jennifer Aniston and George Clooney, thanks to its white sandy beaches, turquoise waters and privacy. And it certainly holds special memories for the couple. It was during an earlier Seychelles holiday, in 2007, that William is said to have assured Kate she was the one. How the couple choose to mark April's milestone remains to be seen, but there is no doubt their relationship has evolved over the years. Since they first met at the University of Standrews in 2001, we have watched them transform from college sweethearts to the ultimate royal power couple. Not only have they brought 3 gorgeous children into the royal fold and significantly stepped up their duties, they have also dealt with the fallout with Prince Harry and Kate's cancer diagnosis. It's been challenging, says Katie Nicholl. They have stuck together through awful times, and have become even more tight-knit. Going through cancer can make or break a couple, but we've heard William speak so movingly and openly about his love for his wife, and his admiration for everything she's been through and navigated. He's spoken very candidly about 2024 being the toughest year of his life. He didn't know if he was going to lose his wife and the mother of his children, and that is an full place to be. Throughout Kate's cancer battle, William reduced his royal workload and unfailingly prioritized family over duty, an ethos that was apparent in the 27th of February 2024. He was due to read a lesson at a high-profile memorial for his godfather, King Constantine of Greece, but pulled out, citing a family matter. We later discovered from Kensington Palace that Catherine got her cancer diagnosis that day, royal biographer Hugo Vickers tells us. Earlier generations of the royal family might well have fulfilled their duty and said, "Look, I'm really sorry, he was my godfather and I've got to go and read the lesson. It'll take an hour and a half, and then I'll be back." But William didn't do that, he stayed, and full marks go to him. He was right, and I think their marriage is stronger never. For her part, Kate has also been candid about how much William's love and support has meant during such a difficult period. "Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance," she announced, when she was in the midst of her treatment for cancer. Of course, all good relationships work both ways, and Kate has also been a staunch support to William. In his wedding speech back in 2011, he lovingly referred to his new wife Ashes, Rock, and there's no doubt she has helped him navigate his own challenges over the last few years. Not only has William had to cope with the very public rift from Harry and devastating loss of his beloved grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, but his father's cancer diagnosis has been a seismic blow. "I'm so proud of my wife, I'm proud of my father, for handling the things that they have done," he has revealed. But from a personal family point of view, it's been brutal. Since emerging from Kate's illness, the couple's togetherness has been more tangible than ever. Perhaps the most poignant example is the emotionally charged video they released to announce the end of her cancer treatment, in September 2024. In a radical departure from traditional royal press releases, we saw them lying arm in arm on the beach in Norfolk, and sitting together on a blanket in a forest with their hands intertwined. The beautiful video that Catherine released to celebrate the end of her chemotherapy gave us a real insight into them as a couple. Katie Nicholl tells OK. For a couple that have always been so private, it was unusual. You could see the love between them, and you could see how romantic they are together from the way William put his hands through her hair. They were just clearly so comfortable and happy in each other's company. There was a real sense of love and friendship. It gave us a very special insight into a very special relationship. Today, the couple's close connection is more visible than ever when they are out and about on royal appointments. While William and Kate appeared more formal in the early days of their marriage and rarely indulged in public displays of affection, insiders say that behind closed doors they have always been a fun couple, who enjoy teasing one another. William once admitted they bonded thanks to Kate's naughty sense of humor, and they now seem more relaxed about giving us an insight into this light-hearted side to their relationship. Whether they are holding hands, gently ribbing one another or reaching out with a reassuring touch, we regularly see them showcase their affection to the world. William and Kate are quite shy and reserved by nature in the past. They haven't made many public displays of affection, continues Katie Nicholl. But I think there's been a willingness to show the world what they've been through, in a way that they're comfortable with. They've been together for so many years, and you can really see that in the way they are with one another. You can really see William's love and respect, and his devotion to his wife. I think they've emerged a lot stronger and even more together. Exclusive. Harry and Meghan's confused brand led to troubled relationship with key aides. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have said farewell to two important members of staff within days, leading many to believe that their professional relationship with aides could be strained due to the confusing nature of the job. Just days after Christmas, Prince Harry and Meghan announced that two of their key aides would be leaving the Sussex camp, resulting in their 11th publicist within 5 years flying the co-op. Chief Communications Officer Meredith Maines and James Holt, who served as head of their organization, Archewell, both shared that they would be pursuing other opportunities within just days of each other, leaving many wondering why Harry and Meghan appear to struggle to retain key staff. Holt had been the couple's PR boss from 2019 to 2021, before moving to work more closely with the Sussexes on their charitable and philanthropic endeavors when they quit their royal duties in 2020. Meanwhile, Maines quit her role after just 10 months working with Harry and Meghan. Since the announcements, rumors have once again started to swirl about Harry and Meghan, and what they are like as employers, with former BBC Royal correspondent Jenny Bond believing that something may be afoot within the Sussex camp. Jenny Bond told The Mirror. To paraphrase Oscar Wilde, "To lose one of your key members of staff may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness." You cannot help but wonder why two important members of Harry and Meghan's team have decided to quit in such quick succession. And why is their turnover of staff so incredibly high? Something definitely seems wrong. While the unfortunate timing of both resignations may seem like more than a coincidence, Jenny said that she believes the reasoning being James Holt's resignation, but there is more of a mystery surrounding Meredith Maines. It's perhaps understandable that James Holt, who has headed up the Archewell organization, is leaving, Jenny explained. He's been with them for more than 6 years, and that's a fair old stint in this type of work. I'm inclined to believe his statement Thotha wants to spend more time with his family in London. There's more of a mystery surrounding Meredith Maines' resignation. She was borrowed in as something of a hotshot and has only been with the Sussexes for a year. I thought the couple's response to her resignation was decidedly cool and confirmed suspicions that their professional relationship had become rather troubled. There have long been rumors that former staff members of Harry and Meghan have required counseling after working for the Sussexes, with one former aide reportedly even omitting her work experience from her professional LinkedIn profile. Meghan and Harry have vehemently denied any allegations of bullying. Despite their denial, Jenny has questioned why the Sussexes are unable to retain key staff, asking, "Why can't Harry and Meghan command lasting loyalty from their staff?" There are, of course, all sorts of rumors that Meghan is incredibly demanding and difficult to work for. I don't know if this is true, but the high turnover is, to say the very least, rather odd. According to Jenny, the shock resignations may come down to one simple reason: Harry and Meghan's seemingly scattered brand and convoluted PT strategy. She said, "I do think that any publicist for Harry and Meghan is a complex job. Their brand, such as it is, seems confused. Are they philanthropists or celebrities or influencers or TV producers or royals craving privacy? Do they want to be on the front pages or do they want to be left alone? What exactly is a publicist employed to publicize?" To this, Jenny even questioned why such key aides are needed in the first place. Perhaps it's not so surprising that staff come and go at such a rate. I'm not really sure why they need so many staff in the first place. Why can't they run their lives and their projects with just one or two helpers? With the future now uncertain for Harry and Meghan given the recent loss of staff, Jenny believes the next year the Sussexes could be unpredictable. As she said, "I really don't know what lies ahead for Harry and Meghan in 2026. But I hope that they will be happy and enjoy the life that they've chosen with their two lovely children in the Californian sunshine."